So my experience is in food and bev also, right? I guess the example that immediately comes to mind is again a fairly manual process
Mhm.
as you've described, and then they want to put a case backer at the end. And I'm not gonna
Mhm.
name the manufacturer of the case backer, right? But it comes with nowadays with all bells and whistles for the right reasons, at least in my opinion, right? Because it can tell if the piston is misfired, if the servo didn't get to the right position. So it has hundreds of different sensors to make sure that everything is working correctly, but the operations team is just, and again, there might be like some training opportunities on that side, but I think they're so far behind that there's like a gap of if anything goes wrong with that case backer, they immediately have no idea what to do just because it's so far like
Mhm.
complex compared to what they've been used to before. They have these very basic, like maybe chain case backers or something that's not fairly complex, so they can swap out a photo eye, right, and it's good to go. But now you have these keys. So, anyways, that was my kind of train of thought.
I think you raise a really good point, and part of the job is always working with OEMs. And there's a whole spectrum there of OEMs that are great at making equipment but couldn't write a line of ladder logic, to the other extreme that you were just talking about, where in food and bev specifically, I've worked with OEMs that their processing and their PLC code is their IP. And you're not going to,
Mhm.
not only are you not going to touch it, you don't even get to look at it. They have it locked down. And oh, if you want to get data out, or heaven forbid, send a recipe parameter to it, you have to either go through their interface or buy their service. And it's, hang on, that stuff doesn't even talk to our solution. And I don't mean to disparage OEMs, because I think that there's a great opportunity for OEMs to be what I'll call good citizens on the factory floor. I think that's a key to success today for an OEM, is to build your machine to make that box, and or fill that jug or whatever it is. Those filling machines are amazing these days,
Mhm.
and program it or build it so that it's capable of having a sophisticated conversation with the rest of the factory, whether that's directly with upstream or downstream equipment, or with an MES or an operations thing. And I think that's one of the things I would love to see us get better at is, I hate to use the word standard, because lots of bells and whistles go off when people say we should standardize it. But I think we could benefit as an industry by having just best practices around how do we interface between those layers.